This is Justin Scoop on Tuesday, November 11th, 2025. Take a look at SPX, and we continue to have some bullishness. We had another bullish day. This one gapped down a little bit from where we closed yesterday. Let's zoom in on the 3 minute here. So just to kind of paint the picture again with kind of where we've been. So we have an S curve down, and then we had that really nice hammer, and then we really came up strong. And this is just another S curve. Um, the way that I drew this, I wonder if this is kind of lining up or if it's kind of compressing. No, it's compressing yet. I was thinking it was making more of like a wedge. I don't know. I think we're still going up. We actually today got back up into this range, which is fully closing the island all the way back up to the closing price on that day. And so I think that's significant. So we closed the gap, the actual close to open. This is completely closed, not just the low, right? So we were encroaching on that here, encroaching on it yesterday, but now today we actually got all the way back up to this price. So I think that's significant. Um, could it go down from here? Absolutely. I think we still have some strength in the market. We could definitely continue to S curve, but I mean, there's just still some strength going on. There's still some bullishness going on. So today we kind of opened up, put in some upper wicks, which was really interesting. Kind of a big old stair step, and then you had this little candle. It's like, what's going on there? That's a um, nice little lower wick, not quite a hammer, but then this candle pattern, the three candles here. Let me box those up a little bit better. These three kind of looks like a Morningstar reversal, and it broke out and then immediately did not continue. Came in and put a dragonfly doji in here, taking out this low. So it's like, okay, hey, now we're just making some lower lows. So we got a low here, a low here, and a low here, and oh look, another low here and a hammer. And then I'm like, oh wait, this kind of looks like a low and a hesitate and a trap. Let's go bullish. And we did. Then we came all the way back and retested. Great hammer here, and we are off to the races all day. So I was in this for this part of the move, and then I was in this for like this part of the move, and I missed all of this huge move up here. So yeah, that's kind of how the market ran away from me today. I had some great entries here. Look at this. Thinks it's going to sell. So we have a high, a little bit of lower high, and then kind of right back into that high, and then we break out, retest, retest where we had been at these highs, right? Not trying to draw a little dip there, but just trying to draw straight across. Look at this. Stair stepping. This continuation pattern. It continues. Such great moves today. Pull back into the 21. Nice hammer right there. Continue to just make these little S curves. This started to compress for sure. We were making higher lows. We were making slightly higher highs. It's like, is this gonna go? Is it gonna break out and go? And it did not. Pulled back a little bit. Nice lower work on that candle, and then we kind of retest it. But this wasn't just a retest. This actually made a new high. So I'm really not sure what to make of this pattern. Um, I kind of see the trap here. Actually, did it trap? Did it not trap? Maybe that's still higher. This was definitely like a high, and then a hesitate, and still hesitating, still hesitating, and then a trap candle, and then it broke down. So like, but then it retested and got back right back up here. So I don't know. It there's definitely compression. That's what I'll say about how this moved. This kind of looks like a wedge, a really shallow wedge. But I think what happened is this is a third day with a lot of buying. And so let me get back out of this. I think I think the Bulls just were taking it easy. So really, from for like 2.5 days, look at this. So from way down here, I was just looking at some of my trades the other day, and I got out of a bearish position at 10:55 and I got into a bullish position at 10:57 that I'm still in now. So, which is really cool that I pretty much bought the low, which never happens, right? It's the one time I can say I bought the low. So we had a lot of bullishness here. Had a lot of bullishness here. Had a lot of bullishness here. Um, Actually, let's draw this one a little bit different like that. Okay. So I'm just trying to compare what's going on with these angles. Is it still just as steep? Is it not? This one, a little shallower. Okay, that's a little shallower. This one, yep, that's a little steeper. Okay, so first day was this. Then we're going a little shallower here, right? Then we're going a little shallower yet. So the bulls are slowing down. That's all it means. If we can, those way. All right. Um, if we can do a little S curving, I think we're okay. I think we continue bullish. I think the futures are up, so we'll see where things end up opening up. Um, but yeah, that's how that stuff went today. So let's look at the call. Not much happening in the puts, but I was looking at the puts because there's some great signals. We were running, oops, wrong annotate. There we go. Running into resistance, kind of put in a nice base here, broke down, retested. There's a big upper wick. Here's the corresponding lower wick. Get in bullish. So that was a great move there. That was right at 10:30 too. 10:30 also, which is normally known as like a reversal time. Sometimes it works, sometimes it's not. Everything works, just not all the time, right? So yeah, so that was a great move. Actually wasn't in this strike, but this is when I pulled up. So this was a little more expensive than I wanted to be in. I was looking for something to kind of settle out through this area and kind of just give me a good entry. So I was buying actually the 68.30 call when I rode this kind of a move. And then I was in the 68.33, I'm sorry, 68.35 when I got in that kind of a move. And they move very similar, just not as much as this option, obviously, for the little bit of time. So I made a little bit here, a tiny bit more here, but this is the one that I should have just let it run. I was already up on the day, and so kind of playing with house money at that point. Should have just let that run with a different strike, obviously. But we continue to break down on the puts. This is great. We had this low, right? We retested, continued on lower, then retested into a low, continue on lower. Like the signals on the puts were doing the same thing opposite. They were signaling, hey, we're holding this resistance. Let's go lower on the put, which means, hey, look, we've made this high and then we broke through it. And then, hey, look, we're retesting it. Like it was textbook. Everything was moving like textbook today. So, yeah, let's keep looking for that. No guarantee it's going to continue to happen, especially if we get some more sideways. It just doesn't. The options, if both the calls and puts start drifting downward as the day goes on, the highs and the lows. So if we get something where did the annotate go? If we get something where it's like channeling lower like this on the put and channeling lower like this on the call, then that means that we're going more so sideways and we need to wait it out. Oh man, this was also paired with a great squeeze here. And this was a really long squeeze and I was looking for something to happen. It just wasn't really happening. So when it's not happening, you just got to go to a bigger time frame and kind of wait. Just wait for that longer time frame to work its way out. All right, hope this helps. This is Justin. Thanks.